Hello class. Today we will go over a few problems from section 2.5. It is about how to transform given function. Before we jump into the exercises, I want you guys get familiar with all the functions listed here. That will really help when you solve problems from this section. Now let me go over exercise number 1. It is telling us to use the graph of absolute value of x. If x equals to 0, we will get output also 0. If the input is 1, we will get output 1. So this is the point we will hit. If input is negative 1, we will hit still the output is 1. So these 3 points giving some kind of information about the graph. Now the question is, let's see, the g of x is subtracting 3 from the given function. So that means this point 0 becomes 3 unit down. So we will hit that point. This point also will get 3 points down. 1, 2, 3. So we will hit that point. And the point on the left will also go 3 units down. 1, 2, 3. So we get 3 points. Let's simply join the graph by straight line. That is the graph of a g of x. So the impact of this negative 3 is it will pull down everything by 3 units. Now let's go over exercise number 2. First, we have to know the graph of square root over x. Now square root over x, square root of 0 is 0. So this is the point we will hit. Square root over 1 is 1. That's why this is the point we will hit. I don't want to try square root over 2 because it is not the good number. So I jump into 4. And square root over 4 is 2. And you guys already know, square root of negative number will not make sense. That is the reason I don't want to go left to the origin. So if we join those points, so that will be the approximate graph of f of x. So basically what we learn here, if you subtract 4 from the input, then the graph will be shifting right by 4 units. So this point will go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that point will go there. This point 4 right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That point will hit there. And this point also go 4 units somewhere here, let's say. And then if we join those points by a smooth graph, that will be the graph of the g of x. Number B, it has 2 things. First, we have to have graph of y equals to x square. If we put 0, 0 square is 0. If we put 1, 1 square is 1. If we put negative 1, it's still 1. If we put 2, 2 square is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. If we put negative 2, still negative 2 square is 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's join. So that is the graph of y equals to x square. Now what we learned in previous 2 things, if we subtract something from the input, it will shift 2 units right. So it's a 2 units right. And if we add or subtract in the output, that will pull up or down. Here we are adding, that's why it makes 3 units up. So let's do everything. Let's do everything we know here. So 2 units right. 1, 2, 2 units right, but 3 units 1. 3 units up. 1, 2, 3. So that point will hit there. And 2 units. 1, 2 units, 3 units up. 1, 2, 3 will hit there. This point 1 2 1 2 3 will hit there, and if we join those points with a smooth graph, our graph will be like that. So basically we have to know the impact of those numbers added into the input or subtracted from the input or added subtracted from the output. Now here, exercise number 3, we already know the graph of absolute value of x. The V-shaped graph will be like that. So that is the graph of f of x, and if you multiply by negative sign, it will simply flip over x-axis. So the graph will be like that. Exercise number 4. The cubic value function. So cube root of 0 is 0. Let me use different color. Cube root of 1 is 1. Cube root of 8 is 2. So somewhere here. Cube root of negative 1 is negative 1. And cube root of negative 8 is negative 2. Maybe somewhere here. And if we join all those things by a smooth graph, that will be the graph of cube root of x. Now here, if you multiply input by negative sign, then it will flip over y-axis. So the graph lower part will be like this, and then the upper part will be like that. So that will be flip over y-axis. Now let's go over exercise number 5. We already know graph of absolute value of x is V-shape. So basically what we are doing on gx here, we are multiplying by 2. That means we are getting double height. So at 1 we got 1, so that means now we do have height 2. At this point we do have height 2. Now we will get height 4. Height 0, double of 0 is 0. Double of 1 is 2. Double of 2 is 4. So those are the points we will get. And then that will be the graph of gx. So multiply by 2. That means we are getting double height. Now exercise number 6. So we do have new function y equals to f of 2x. Now here is a very not that much, but a little bit tricky. If x equals to half, then 2x will be 1. So that means at half 2x will be 1, and how much height we do have at 1? So that will be the height 1. So this is the point we are hitting. At 0 we will hit 0 because half of 0 is 0. Now at x equals to 1, 2x will be how much? 2. So at 1, this is the new one. Now at 2 we do have height 2, so we will get the same height. Now let's go over at 3. At x equals to 1.5, 2x will be 3. At 3, how much height we do have? Negative 1. So that means here we do have height negative 1. Now at x equals to 2, 2x, value of 2x will be how much? 4. But at 4 we do have 2x will be 4. At 4 how much height we do have? 2. That means that height we want when x equals to 2. And let's talk about this. When x equals to negative half, 2x will be negative 1. So at negative 1 we do have height negative 1. That's the reason we want at half height is also negative 1. Now we got all the points we do have. Let's join those points. Here we join by this straight line, and here we join by the straight line. Here it goes like this, and then we join by this, and so on. So technically what we saw, the graph is shrinking. Now let's go over exercise number 7. It is kind of summary of what we have learned so far. Now the parabola, because here transformation of the parabola. So the parabola we already know, at 1 1, at negative 1 1, at 0 0, at 2 it is 4, at negative 2 it is also 4. So we will get this kind of graph. Now what does this 2 does? It shifted right. So it's shifting right there, and then how much height? Twice of 0 is 0, and adding 3, so it will go up. So the new point we will hit is to right, 1 to right, and double, and then 1 2 3. So this is the new point we will hit. Now here this point will go 2 units right, 1 2 units right. How much height we do have here? Height 1, but double of 1 is 2. So that is the height, new height, and then we will go 3 units up. So 1 2 3, so that is the point we will hit. Now here 2 unit right, the height was 1, so double of the height is 2. We will get there, and 3 units up, 1 2 3, so we will hit that point. So we shifted 3 points. Let's do one more point so you will have clear idea. For this point, we go 2 units right, 1 2 units right, 1 2 units right. The original height is how much? 1 2 3 4. So double of the height is 8. So the height should be 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then adding 3, 1 2 3. So that point will reach there, and if we join all those points by like this, that will be the graph of the function. So now summary, this is little bit complicated problem. Summary is, this makes 2 unit right, this makes height double, and then this makes thing pulling up by 3 units.